Hi everyone, welcome back to Web Summit. Has been a lot of interviews, so we got stuck within the same introduction. With me now, I have Luís Valente from iLoF, which is a platform for personalized medicine. In one more interview powered by IF, so please stick with us. Luís, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for the
Luís
invitation.
is the CEO of iLoF, and firstly, explain to me what exactly does iLoF do in terms of medicine.
Yeah, thank you so much for the invitation. So iLoF is a deep tech health tech company working on the personalized medicine space. And basically, what we do is we collect massive amounts of multimodal data, so data from multiple sources, including optical sources, and we help pharmaceutical companies and biotechs accelerate the drug discovery and drug development processes. And basically, we help cut the time and the cost of taking life-saving medications to the patient's hands. So that's what we do.
That's what you do. And one of the case studies that you have is related to Alzheimer. Can you go through with us on what are the steps that you took with that specific case study, and how have you improved the kind of medicine that is applied to that specific disease?
No, absolutely. And first of all, a little bit of context. So the main problem arises that for the past centuries, new treatments have basically developed on this idea that the same medication will work equally for everyone. And as we saw, for example, in COVID, that's really not the case. So people react differently to different treatments, and in that case, vaccines, and also to the disease, right? I mean, some people with COVID got very seriously ill, and some others just had almost no symptoms. And this is the main problem around developing treatments for Alzheimer's. The same patient can react very differently to the same, or different patients can react very differently to the same treatment. And the treatment that might be very adequate to patient one might not work on patient two. It might kill actually and have serious effects on patient three. So basically, what iLoF does is we collect massive amounts of data to understand the patient heterogeneity, so the changes in the biological profiles from patient to patient, and then we basically create machine learning and deep learning models that can help pharmas and biotechs select the right patient for each treatment, test it on the right patient, and then take it to market as fast as possible. And there's a couple of use cases that I can share. For example, a collaboration we've been keeping with an Oxford-based biotech where we help them cut around 40% of the cost and 70% of the time of taking their leading treatment for Alzheimer's into later clinical stages.
Wow. And why Alzheimer was your first case study? Was there any particular reason that you saw that justified, like, this is going to be the first one?
Just in the last 20 years, there's been more than 400 clinical trials that failed for Alzheimer's.
Wow.
So it's one of the most heterogeneous diseases that there are, and it's a growing epidemic. So there was both a very clear business opportunity, a multi-billion-dollar opportunity, and at the same time, it's a very big social need. So we're all living longer, we're all getting older, and unfortunately, there's not much we can do to stop this process. And at the same time, you have a growing number of people getting Alzheimer's. So we felt like, again, it was not only the right business opportunity, but also there was a clear impact or social need. And this is what we've been working on for the past 4 years now.
Wow. And moving on a little bit to your day-to-day as a company, you were founded in 2018. You were funded by Faber, which is why you are here represented in 2021. And now you have been with that VC for 2 years. What was the life of iLoF before getting with Faber and after getting with Faber? What was the
Well,
impact?
that's a very good question. It's a little bit hard to ask and to remember because so you know that a day equals a year in startup time, right? So 2 years equals a lifetime. I can share that Faber got in a very very early stage in the company, and it was very transformational the way that they kind of took this approach. We are one more element of your team, and routinely they do come in various points on the company they do jump in as almost the plus one in the team to help hands-on on everything from recruitment to even strategic decisions. And they've been with us. They've been with us for 2 years now. They saw the company almost double in size, and I think it was the right choice all along. And we're looking forward to have them for the remaining of our journey.
Yeah, going to 2023, it was a specifically not great year for startups. You had a lot of struggles in terms of investment and even the overall economic situation. What was kind of the main achievements of iLoF in your opinion, and what can you share with us that left you excited about the things that the company was working on?
Oh, absolutely. So the last couple of months and years have been less kind to a lot of startups. Luckily, we've been lucky to actually have a couple of very good years, and COVID included. I think I spoke about that last year when
Yeah.
I was also kindly invited. So one of the things that I think we've done right is we continue to collect very large amounts of data. So we're currently running in Portugal alone a study where we're collecting data with more than 10 hospitals, public and private, also on the neurodegenerative, on the Alzheimer's area to
Yeah.
refine our artificial intelligence models. So we increased by a lot the number of data points that we have in our cloud-based library, which is really, really important because again, artificial intelligence is only as good as the data that trains these algorithms that feeds these libraries. On the second part, we hired amazing people. So we grew the team by around 50%, which is a lot, and very, very talented people that we basically brought from the four corners of the world, from the US, from the UK, even from Africa.
Yeah.
And the third part is really we continue to make impact with our partners, with the pharmas, with the biotechs that we're working towards, well, basically our objective, which is accelerating the future of personalized medicine and making sure that patients that life-saving treatments into their hands a lot faster.
But do you feel that being part from the health industry, is it more not so easy for the health industry to get impacted from worse times? Because in the end, every time someone is coming up with a new treatment or a new way to tackle a disease, the interest is always there because there's a high potential whenever you find a new cure for everyone. Or have you felt that from events that you've been going and even from conversations that you must have had with potential clients or potential investors that that wasn't necessarily the case?
No, I think it very much is. So we're humans, and as humans, our number one objective is to stay alive,
Yeah.
right? That's our number one drive. So I think health is going to be ever more the leading category, not just in venture capital, but really in people dedicating their lives to make other people healthcare routines better. And we felt that especially after COVID, a lot of people that are working in other areas and again, very important areas like banking or others, I guess, less important. We have a couple of people that apply to iLoF because, hey, we're working in gambling. We want to make a bigger impact, especially after COVID. We now see how important it is to have good healthcare. And so we didn't felt it. We didn't felt it at all, especially on
Yeah.
the recruitment. And I actually feel, if anything, that the after COVID served to kind of prove that the healthcare as a big category is here to stay, and that there's a very good business opportunity aside from just being a very important social need.
And what can you share with us for 2024 in your plans, things that you're looking into, things that you're going to build? Tell us about that.
Oh, for sure. So we'll continue to collect very massive amounts of data. We're currently looking for partnerships with hospitals, with researchers from all across the globe. We're working in the areas of neurodegenerative diseases with Alzheimer's and a couple other dementias. We've also been working in oncology with an application for ovarian cancer, which is at this point is the biggest silent killer of women in the world. We're recruiting basically all across the board, people working in data, so computer scientists, AI researchers. We're recruiting physics engineers and we're recruiting biologists
Yeah.
because the company is in this unique position of intersection between biology, physics, and AI. And this is something that we'll be continue doing. And the third is we'll be continuing partnering with biotechs and leading pharmaceutical companies to help get their treatments into the market faster, while on the side building also a couple of products to change and accelerate clinical decision making, which is a longer opportunity for iLoF, but certainly something that we're very passionate and that we believe we also have a very big responsibility in doing.
Luis, thank you very much for joining us. Let's try to end this better than we started. And so stick with us in Next Big Idea. We're coming back with more interviews powered by IEF. So follow the Next Big Idea channel to get notified once we come back. Thank you.